Hello, my name is Jessica Panaster, and I'm going to be sharing my ideas for my DEMA final project. So, for my final project, my work explores a relationship with selfies with the transformation of young me versus me today. I had a very bad awkward stage that I wasn't proud of, but I'm basically the ugly duckling that turned to a beautiful swan. It started with my tomboy stage, then my puberty stage with greasy hair, bad acne, very lanky, tall, skinny, and worst of all, the braces. I also had a very girly stage in middle school, which didn't last long. It was only like a year. The tomboy stage lasted like a long time throughout my 5 years in elementary school. In high school, I started to find out more about I'm not really girly or a tomboy. I'm just in between. I'm still like that now, but there are times that I dress girly one day and dress sporty the other day. But not much has changed about me besides the way I dress. My hair is a lot longer, less greasy, but always been the same color. Over the summer, I actually might change it to ombre. I don't have any braces anymore, thank God. Less acne, I got taller, bulked up from working out, so I'm not really like a stick anymore like I was in the past. So it seems like a change, but looking at me, I'm still the same person, just got older looking, that's really it. As I got older, I've been taking more selfies since my looks have been improving and my self-confidence is increasing. Well, the word selfie was used in 2013, and ever since that day, it was used nonstop. For my concept, I want to see if there are transformations and changes with my selfies from my young self to myself now. Getting deeper into concept, I want to talk about the reasons why people take selfies today and how and why is it a big impact in life today. I'm going to be talking about the history of selfies, how it all started before there was technology and that photographs didn't exist, then and before they got popular. It all started with self-portrait paintings. You wonder why people decided to paint themselves or other people back then. In my opinion, I think it's a way of how you see yourself as you look at yourself in the mirror and start to paint the features you have. You look at yourself differently than other people's do. Everybody's eyes are different. Portraits can be symbolic because, for example, the scarf you're wearing in a self-portrait can be meaningful or to show a signature of your personality. We wonder how endless portrait paintings from scratch transformations into a device that takes a second and still looks like a work of art. A portrait was another word for photography back then, before photography actually happened. Portraits have been made since the 1800s and is still used today, not as often as it was. Photography was developed later in the 1800s, was the first camera advertised called the Kodak camera. The best part of the advertisement is the slogan, you press one button and then we do the rest. Digital cameras were developed until the 1990s and is getting closer to where the selfie started. In the 2000s, more digital cameras are being sold and there will be no more printed photos because the computers and no pictures can be stored in the computer. Van Gogh was very big and well known for self-portraits. It wasn't called selfies at that time, just portraits and self-portraits. Portrait is a painting or drawing of a person that is modeling. A self-portrait is a portrait of yourself by looking yourself in the mirror as you're painting. An example that Van Gogh created was a self-portrait of him with his right ear bandaged. Many people wonder how come he is bandaged on his right ear. I'll explain. Technically his left ear is bandaged because he's looking at himself in the mirror as he's painting his self-portrait. I've been hearing different stories of how he lost his ear. I first heard that he was in a fight with his friend, the French artist Paul Gauguin, and that he tried to self-harm himself. He almost died by just losing the ear because he lost a lot of blood and he was rushed to the hospital. After he was recovered, he started painting again and created a self-portrait of him with the bandage on his ear. What made him so different is that he lost his ear, and that's a sign of change, which is a part of my concept for selfies, how people change over time. All his life, Van Gogh was younger and he had an ear, but like as he got older, he's aging and he lost his ear, and that's like the big change for his looks. In general, some people change, others might say the same. There's people who just change, such as bodybuilders, or for people who just want plastic surgery, who has like a big makeover or weight loss. A crazy thing I saw on social media is the weight loss. I've been seeing it all over Facebook, Instagram, and even Snapchat. Like I follow a lot of bodybuilders. That's a big transformation that I see. People post mirror selfies before they start to diet and after they lose all that weight. And it's like hard to recognize them, but God bless for all the hell and the work they put through. That's a positive way to change about yourself. Negatives are like bad haircuts, disgusting piercings, tattoos over the body that covers the skin, and hair color that doesn't go well, weight gain, revealing clothes, or too much makeup, which no one likes any of that. There are people these days that are wannabes. Everybody's like that, believe me. For example, how people that take selfies use filters and edit themselves to make them look better and not look like themselves at all. It's called being fake. Every person is beautiful their own way, and they have to ruin it by being someone that they're not. I get that there are insecurities, but selfies is a tool to boost your self-confidence and also a tool of communication. That's what James Franco said. James Franco is known for as the king of selfies. He posts selfies literally every day as he's a blogger on social media. What he said was selfies are a tool of communication more than marks of vanity, mini mess that we send out to give others a sense of who we are. The meaning of a selfie to him is very important and very true. It's a way of expressing who we are and sharing information to the whole world of your life, such as where you are now, what you're doing, and your current mood. There are letters to the world, Franco says. He is addicted to Instagram, which is a social media known for photos. He knows what to post and get people's attention and posts that nobody will even care for. Selfies is a big attraction on social media, especially Instagram and Snapchat. Attention is the power. It is the game for social media and the game for teams who is post the selfies with the great caption, who gets the most likes on it. It's all a game, everybody does it. A lot of selfies post selfies that they are just normal people who do the same thing as other teens do. Since they're famous, of course they will get a lot of likes and attention to their selfies. There are also people who can say negative comments when people post selfies. It's a sign of bullying. The reason why people post selfies is for positive reasons, and they have some stupid negative person destroy their self-esteem. It's a sign of jealousy, and it sucks that there's bullies and haters on social media, but the more selfies you take and ignore the comments, it will piss them off and realize that you don't care what other people think of you and your selfies. Natural selfies show self-confidence, and people who are happy are just happy with themselves. A selfie of you dressed up will show confidence and will get positive feedback and popular amount of likes. Our lives became more involved with electronics that no matter where you go, a smartphone is always in someone's hand. Either they're using them or not using them at all. You always see it in someone's hands. We all see and take selfies in our daily lives, and it became a habit now, but there's nothing wrong with that. People got a problem with that. Too bad for them. They should just get a life. This is the new style now, and it has become popular as our world grows to be a better place. I realized that people did take pictures of themselves from back then with old cameras, flipping the lenses to their faces, but it really wasn't a thing or called a selfie until more people started doing it. The world is based on being a follower, because when someone does one thing, others will see what they're doing and decide to follow, do the same thing that one person started to do. That's what it is for selfies. We see people start taking pictures of themselves randomly out of the blue and post them on social media. This has been going on non-stop, and now the world is full of technology, social media, and selfies. Selfies is a fun way to express yourself, socialize with friends, and have fun at events, see progress, changes, and best of all, make more memories.